Game Time Productions just signed a multi-year partnership with the New York Jets and has a lot of other interesting projects going on as well. And with me is the CEO, Adam Pennington, to talk about all of this. And let's start with the Jets deal, because you were a fan of the Jets, right? Now you've got this deal.
Grew up a fan of the Jets, and it's really a great deal for us. It's a partnership, a 3-year partnership with the Jets. There's two aspects of the partnership. One is game day activation, so we'll be during the game, have game time signage in the stadium, pre-game, a countdown to game time, big clocks outside with a countdown to game time. So we're excited about that, but we're really excited about the media aspect of it. So we have their players that we're going to use in social media and advertising. And for a company our size growing, I mean, the NFL is the largest licensor probably on the planet, but we'll say in the U.S. when it comes to sports. And we've been fortunate enough in the Game Time Watch business to be a licensee of the NFL for 23 years. To be able to secure a partnership with one of those 32 teams, and especially a team like the Jets, who are up and coming, who have one of the biggest stars in the NFL now as their quarterback, 4 nationally televised games, to have our signage in the stadium during those nationally televised games is invaluable.
And that's the media part of Game Time Productions, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you've got several other verticals as well.
Right, so we have Game Time Watches, Game Time Bands, Game Time Media, and Game Time Performance.
Okay.
And the Game Time Watches, and we've been a licensee of the NFL, Major League Baseball, National Hockey League, all the majors for 23 plus years.
Yeah.
So we've been making watches for them, and the watches have gone from, we can make watches for game day giveaways at $5 a piece, up to we have other factories in Hong Kong who make us watches that we've done for teams that are $25,000 diamond encrusted Swiss movement watches. So we've been very fortunate to be a licensee of all the leagues, and we're able to make a number of different products for them.
Yeah, and these range, you mentioned the high-end ones and, kind of lower-end ones, so there's a whole range of watches.
We have a lot of fun with the higher-end ones.
Okay.
We'll usually get a call and say, could you do a special watch, 6 or 10 or whatever, just a limited run of these watches that they want to give to ownership, sponsors, whoever it might be, and they're just beautiful. The last one we did was 830 VVS GH colored diamonds on the watch and the watch face, sapphire crystal lens, Swiss movement, beautiful watch that was made, and those are fun ones for us.
And that allows you to have some creativity to kind of play around with them a little bit and do some fun stuff.
And we are constantly getting requests for special orders. A team has a retro logo they want to do, so we're all over when it comes to making it, but it's fun.
Yeah, and you're adding some new divisions, correct?
Correct. So we have Game Time Performance, which is really exciting for us. We have Mikel Anderson, who is a scientist who probably has 200 plus patents in his name. Mikel has made some tremendous new product, which is really going to revolutionize the sports drink industry and also going to help the pharmaceutical industry. Not as much money, but humanitarian on that side, which we're really excited about. But Mikel will be on next time with us and talk more about his blast caps and what he's doing. He's our director of development for Game Time Performance, and he's going to be making some great product for us.
And when you look at all these different kind of divisions, I mean, how do they all kind of mesh together to create a synergy for the company?
It's sports. It all kind of centers around sports. The Game Time Watches, the Game Time Bands, the Game Time Performance, even Game Time Media. We will be doing podcasts, and all centered around sports.
And then what are you most excited about going forward?
You know what, I'm excited about the performance division. The watch division has been successful for us for a long time. One of the things I hear about watches, people, nobody wears watches anymore. I hear that a lot. It's really not the case. I mean, there's that old saying, make your product obsolete before someone else does. Right? So we've tried to evolve the watches throughout the years, making different types of watches. When people started wearing Apple Watches and Fitbits more, we started making bands for the Apple Watches and the Fitbits. That's our Game Time Bands division. The watches for us is much more fashion than function. It's not as much today that people look and say, I want to know what time it is and look at their watch. It's a piece of fandom, if you're a fan. It's for men, on the most part, not all, but on the most part, men don't wear accessories except for the watch. Most men don't wear earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings. Their accessory is that watch. So it's much more, again, fashion than function for us. So we have an accessory for them, another piece of fandom, so they're going to the game, they could put their watch on and they might have their Cowboys hat and their Cowboy jersey. Now they have that extra piece of fandom on their wrist.
Well, I did see a story this week that Rolex was having trouble keeping up with demand, so people are still wearing watches.
It's,
so
you know, and again, it's the women. I mean, we have a lot of women who buy our watches as well, and it's an accessory for them, for sure. But when it comes to Rolex and Tag and all these larger brands, that's a men's accessory. That's what they wear.
So we've got the NFL season starting here pretty quickly. How will you play a role in all of that?
Well, we're September 11th for the Jets is their home opener.
Okay.
They're playing the Bills on Monday night. Hopefully they crush the Bills. But it's going to be fun having our signage in the stadium and around the stadium pre and post game or pre and during game. And we're excited to get going with this sponsorship and this partnership with the Jets, and they've been fantastic to work with since day one.
Great. So, well, congratulations on your success. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.